Haskins' day looks to be over as Taylor Heineke steps in and takes over on offense.
If Alex Smith cannot play next week, I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback.
And it is caught. Deshaun Jackson, 81 yards.
That's what he can do.
Throws it down the right side, over the top for Lamb at the 30. On the run to the end zone. The Dallas Cowboys are going to have the biggest win of the Mike McCarthy first campaign.
No, our focus is on getting ready for the Cowboys.
Well, we still control our destiny. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. So now we have a chance next week.
The saga continues. Here are the clinching scenarios in the NFC East. Washington football team, they can clinch the division with a win versus the Eagles. The Dallas Cowboys can clinch the division with a win at the Giants and a Washington loss, which means New York can clinch the division with a win and a Washington loss. Got that? Don't worry, we will remind you again. A couple guys that know this division very well, D'Angelo Hall and Shaun O'Hara. Now, D-Hall, before we get into the NFC East, which of course we want you to break down, I want to get your thoughts on Washington releasing Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, MJ, when I first found out about it, I was a little bit shocked. This is a team who put a lot of stock in Dwayne Haskins by drafting him number one as a first-round draft pick. And, even though he didn't have any ties to this regime, they had some kind of, weight in wanting to see him succeed. And so, it was a little bit mind-boggling. This is a team who still has an opportunity to win the NFC East. And so to add more distractions to a football team that's still young, still trying to figure out who they are, it was a little bit mind-boggling to me. But you heard Coach Rivera say he's not going to put up with it. And so he's trying to set a culture in that locker room. And I think the message has been received. This guy's on that team in that locker room who played with Dwayne Haskins in college. And so they know him and they really like him. And so to see Coach Rivera do that lets a lot of these players know that Coach Rivera is not playing around trying to change the organization for the better.
Yeah, D-Hall, I mean, look, this was a shocker. I think everybody was surprised by it. You thought Ron Rivera would have tried to find a different way. I mean, I thought they could have stashed him. He could have put him on IR and kept him around. And the 15th overall pick to get nothing in return for that. Look, we saw Arizona get something for Josh Rosen when they moved him after a year. So that aspect of it, the business side of it, definitely a surprise. It just makes you feel like, man, there must have been a lot more transgressions and a lot of other things going on that we don't even know about for Ron Rivera to basically pull the plug on Dwayne Haskins. So shocked everybody, but I think it's, he's trying to focus his team. Look, Washington, they win this game. They're in the playoffs, and that's all that matters. And you know what? At that point in time in the season, it's all hands on deck, MJ. And Ron Rivera just felt like, look, if you're not rowing the boat, you're off the boat.
You said it right there, Shaun. I mean, amidst all the drama going on in Washington, they can still clinch this division. It all culminates Sunday night, game 256 of the regular season, Washington versus Philly. Do they win the division, D'Angelo Hall?
MJ, I think they do. And I'm saying this not even knowing if Alex Smith is going to be out there playing quarterback for this football team. If he's out there, I think it's a no-brainer. Absolutely. But now, because there's no Dwayne Haskins, who didn't play well last time he played, Taylor Heineke came in relief duty and actually looked pretty good. And so I just think that uncertainty at the quarterback position, and the way the Philadelphia Eagles are playing right now, this game has me nervous. But I do think Washington comes out with the win.
I'm with you, D-Hall. I think, look, there's going to be a celebration in Washington. It's going to be a great story if Alex Smith can come back from yet another injury and lead this team to the playoffs. What a miracle story for him. And then for Ron Rivera as well, with everything he went through this year, beating cancer, for this team to make the playoffs, it would be huge. And if Alex Smith can't go, look, it's Heineken's for everybody, right? They're going to be celebrating with Heineke and Heineken's. But to be honest with you, it's not even about the offense. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys-Giants game is irrelevant to this Washington-Philly game, because if Washington's defense does against Philly's offense what they did in week 1, which was sack Carson Wentz 8 times, look, it's a non-factor. Jalen Hurts has been sacked 9 times in his last 2 games. I think it's a terrible mismatch in Washington's favor, their front against this Eagles offensive line.
So many changes in this NFC East all season long. We will get our answer, fellas, on Sunday.
Jackson off the play fake, deep drop, steps up, under pressure, fires to the end zone, touchdown, Hollywood Brown. Jackson drops to throw, fires to the end zone, touchdown, Dez Bryant, 2 weeks in a row, flash the X again.
All right, here we go. Dan Hansis has graced us with the Week 17 power rankings. You see right there, the Kansas City Chiefs starting off at number 1, followed by the Bills. We keep it moving towards the bottom half here. We have the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans to round out the top 10. Let's bring in Rob D. Hall and Coach Ryan Billick, who's joining us now. As we take in the power rankings, guys, I want to pose this question. Which is the most complete team heading into the playoffs? Coach, can you start us off here?
Yeah, no question, it's the Baltimore Ravens. They have gotten back to that formula that led them to the number 1 seed last year. Let's look at New York. 35 minutes time of possession this last week, 250 yards rushing. Lamar Jackson, only 26 throws, but he had 2 touchdowns and 180 yards passing, another 80 yards rushing. They were 8 of 11 on 3rd down, and they only had 2 explosive plays in the entire day, 6 sacks. But here's the qualifier. Offense, defense, there's no question. But special teams, we never talk about it. Justin Tucker, Sam Cook, place kicker, the punter. You add that element to it, none better in the league. Offense, defense, special teams, no question, it's the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, Coach, I like that, throwing the special teams little element in there. All right, I like that. But, for me, it's going to have to be the Green Bay Packers. When I think about how Matt LaFleur has this offense humming, really how this whole football team is playing for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, it is just poetry in motion. I think Devontae Adams has solidified himself as the best receiver in the game right now. The way he's out there just saucing guys up on routes, man. I would not want to guard this guy. And then you watch what this defense is able to do. I wanted them to show me that they could be physical, and they were physical against Derrick Henry. And so for me, it's going to have to be the Green Bay Packers. I just love the way they're playing right now. And you got the MVP in Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, hey, you know what, D. Hall? I think I love how I've kind of changed